Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Curious Cat Kitchen. I'm Kat, and for all of you that are new here, welcome for joining me. Today, I am going to show you how to make watermelon tuna. Now, this is not my own recipe. I did get this from another YouTube or social media channel. Can't remember her name, but Fit Green Mind, I believe, was where I originally got this recipe from. So I just kind of used the base again, and it's made tuna that I love the flavor of, and you would never believe. So we are going to be using watermelon, and I already have this big old watermelon. It's seeded, cut in half. And we're probably not going to use the whole thing, but we will have to first go ahead and cut the watermelon so that we can marinate it. Now, I usually marinate this overnight, but we can go ahead and marinate it for about 6 hours today before we start to bake it. So go ahead and cut this watermelon up. So I just cut it up, not too small, good chunks like that. But yes, so the other morning I woke up and I was so pissed because I was woken up by a neighbor in the back community because they have a really loud engine car. And this was at 5 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, this was like 30 minutes before my alarm goes off. But who wants to get woken up before their alarm goes off, right? So at 5 o'clock in the morning, I got woken up by this car being turned on. And it was, like I said, one of those loud engine cars. And it's fine. Obviously, you have to turn your car on to go to work, whatever, But it was the fact that they left the car running for a good, I want to say like 15 minutes and just left it running. And I'm like, well, why the hell would you do that when you know you have a loud engine car and you know what time it is? It is 5 o'clock in the morning and you have a loud engine car. So why would you be so inconsiderate as to turn your car on and leave it running, knowing this, right? Like most people would just turn the car on and leave. And if they had to wait for something, then guess what? Like turn it off. Don't turn the car on yet. But I was so perturbed. I woke because again, nobody wants to get woken up out of their sleep. And I was just like, God, people are just so inconsiderate. Like, why are people so inconsiderate that they would do this, right? And then I was like, that just shows how all this is going through my head as I'm trying to lay back down to go back to sleep. And I'm like, why are people so inconsiderate? And why do they not think about others? Because that's just like, if we're talking about being our best version of ourselves, and that's, I mean, not everybody strives to be that, but I would hope that everybody strives to be that. I strive to be that, just the best version of myself every single day, to improve every single day. And which is like, I think there's also a thin line between like living the best version of yourself unapologetically, and people take that unapologetically a little too far, where it's like, well, this is just me and I'm going to do what I want without considering other people. Where we live in, like, unless you live off into the wilderness somewhere and there's no one around you, like, consideration is part of being kind and part of being in society, because and I think it's a fine balance of being yourself and being yourself unapologetically while being considerate to others and honoring yourself still, right? I think there's a fine line with that. Like, how do you honor yourself but still consider others? And I think that was just straight out like inconsiderate, not thinking of anybody else, not caring about anybody else, just yourself. And that's just awful. Like, I think consideration is so important as a trait, because like I said, it's necessary in everything we do. We have to consider how it affects other people. And as we all know, whether we believe it or not, we are all connected. We're connected to society, we're connected to the plants, everything is connected in this universe. So everything we do affect other people. So how can you be so selfish to think, well, this is me and I don't care, that's my car, I'm just gonna leave it on. Anyway, so that was my rant of just like, please people, just be considerate. Watermelon is super sweet. So that's a good watermelon. But honestly, I don't think I've ever bought a seeded watermelon that was not good. That was not sweet or juicy or anything. Makes a difference. So I'm going to show you really quickly how I marinate this. It's really super simple. Okay, so all we do to marinate this, it's simple, but the flavor is amazing. I'm gonna take a sheet of nori, seaweed, whatever. I'm gonna rip it up into tiny pieces. This is to give it the little bit of fishy flavor. And just put that in there. Sesame oil. And a little bit of neutral oil, so avocado oil. And soy sauce. And that is it. Just the 4 things. We're gonna move it around, rub it all in. Any of you have ever been to Anta, which is a vegan restaurant? I know they have it it's a chain, so I know they have it in other places, but they have their watermelon tuna, their tuna that is made out of watermelon, but it's dehydrated. So I've used the same marinade, cut it in smaller, thinner slices, not too thin. That's the thing with that. When you dehydrate it, you gotta like find the right consistency, right thickness to get the consistency that you want. But I've used this exact same marinade to make the dehydrated tuna. This method, it's not going to be dehydrated. The dehydrated one is more like a little bit more chew to it. But this one is going to be baked, and it changed the texture. And when it is done, I will show you how it looks. It really truly looks like watermelon, and many people have tried this that are not plant-based, and they cannot believe how good it is and how much it looks like tuna. So that is it. We have it marinated. We're gonna pop it in the fridge for until I'm ready to bake it. I will come back and do a video of when I'm baking it and finish the meal that I'm making. So usually I use this for like, I've done many different things with it. I've done it as an appetizer on top of like a tostone. I have put it in a poke bowl with rice. Today I'm doing a noodle salad with it. So I'm gonna get these wheat noodles that I've been dreaming about because I had the wheat noodles in Medellin, and I think I know what noodles they use. So I'm gonna go get that, make that with some seaweed salad, put this on top, maybe put some edamame, roasted edamames on top, and that will be the meal. But this is the base, and I will show you how I finish it all when we come back. Welcome back. So it's been 5 hours since this has been marinating in the fridge. We're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. Just a lot of liquid, but it's the liquid from the juice, so it gives it the sweetness. We're gonna go ahead and lay this on a pan and bake it in the oven for an hour. I already have the oven preheated, ready to go. So place this on here and put it in, and then we're gonna roast some edamame as well, because I always like to try to add extra protein into the meals, and one way or another higher protein ingredient to add to it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to put this on a tray. I actually have the oven at 385, not 390, but it works. So this is the leftover sauce. It's actually very tasty. We're gonna go ahead and mix with the noodles when we make that. But for now, we're gonna make some roasted edamame. These are also great as snacks. The only thing is I haven't figured out how to keep them staying super crunchy without having to reheat them. But I season them, marinate them. I season them and then I put it in the air fryer. It's a great addition to like great toppings for salad, for a snack, for a poke bowl. But I like it roasted to have a little crunch and to be a little bit. So just put it in a bowl. We're just seasoning it with some garlic powder, onion powder. My basic seasoning for a lot of stuff when I just want to keep it simple and not have too much flavors is garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. Too crazy. Those basic flavors usually work well. That's just a base seasoning. So we're gonna mix this up. How was it that I put it in? So for an hour that will bake for. Mixing the seasoning and that around, we're gonna pour some oil on it to mix it as well. And then actually when it comes out, I just recently found this at Trader Joe's, is the chili, their chili crunch oil, but they have just the seasoning without the oil. So when it comes out, instead of putting that in there to in the air fryer to season it with, I'm gonna do it after. So because it's like crunchy garlic and onion, I don't want that to burn. You don't want burnt onion taste, so I'm just mixing it really well so that it's well combined, the oil and salt, garlic powder. Go ahead and pop that in the air fryer. Just really quickly. Gonna have to do it in 2 layers so that it stays in one even layer so that they're not on top of each other, and they will shrink a bit as they roast as well. Like a lot of other stuff, I'm gonna do it on 400 for like 15 minutes or so, but I'll check on it after it's done. So I will be back once that is done and once the watermelon is finished in the oven, and I'll show you how it looks, and then I will prepare the noodles. I already bought the seaweed salad, and I'll show you how to put it all together. All right, so the watermelon is in the oven and it's almost finished, so we're gonna finish off the dish. My original idea for the dish was to have pistachio and mint gremolata over top it for the crunch. I had forgotten about that part, so I had made the edamame, but I still wanted to try the pistachio gremolata, and I don't have lemons, so I'm going to be using a little bit of lime for it rather than the lemon here. Chopping up the parsley because I forgot about it, so I didn't get the mint for the gremolata. So we're going to use parsley, chop it up, and lime instead of lemon. They're both similar sour tanginess, so I'm not going to use the zest of the lime that I have because I actually didn't get organic limes. I had to pick up some the other day and I just grabbed regular limes, so I don't want to use the zest of it because of that, but I think the juice will be fine. We're just going to do it. It's just going to be parsley, pistachios chopped, some lime juice, and some olive oil. And I also have the water boiling for my noodles, so that we can go ahead and do that. So this is a very simple dish as well. The theme of my meals are simple and tasty. So this is a very simple dish as well. It doesn't take much. I buy the seaweed salad, you make the noodles. The sauce is already done through the marinade of the watermelon. So it's just once the watermelon is done, let me go pull it out of the oven. Once the watermelon is done, it's just plating it, regardless of what you're making. So this is how it looks. So we're just chopping up the pistachios and getting the noodles, and like I said, we'll plate it. And you can do the watermelon, like I said, I've done before, is with guacamole and tostones. You can do a poke bowl, like regular tuna. You could do, and obviously this is just if you want to try something new or you don't eat fish, that you can try this. But it is quite an interesting texture when you bake the watermelon. I've seen people grill it too. I don't have a grill, so I have not tried it that way. But so we have pistachio chopped. For some crunch, I think we might need a little bit more pistachios. It's the mixture. Look, I put this pistachio gremolata on other things. It's again a great topping if you, because I'm all about textures in my food, textures and flavors. I think once you have those, you are good. So when I like different textures, so this is a great addition to add to something for a little bit of crunch and a little bit more flavor, like a zingy flavor. So that is, put up this lime, squeeze some juice in there, not too much. Do a little bit, see how that tastes. Grab the olive oil. Water is starting to boil for the noodles. Big glug of olive oil, and then we're gonna mix it, taste it, and see if, oh, salt. Even though it is salted pistachios, put a little bit of salt in there. Mix that up. A little bit more olive oil I added in there. So it's a little bit crumbly, it's not wet or anything. It's just a little topping that we're gonna use. This is the roasted edamame that I put in the air fryer. Time-wise, whenever I do something with the air fryer, I don't really put a time. I kind of put an average time that I think, and then I would go ahead and look into it when I think it's almost done, and see how it looks, and I'll judge it by that. So I think these were put in for 2 rounds for about the first round, because the air fryer wasn't hot yet. First round was for 17 minutes or so to get it to the color I want, and then the second round was for a little bit less because then the air fryer was hot, so I put it for I think 13 minutes. So water is boiling, so we're gonna go ahead and put the ramen in. These are wheat noodles, and usually when we have ramen, we think of the curly ramen noodles, but I had these for the ramen in Medellin, and I actually liked it, and I thought for this, it would be great. So I'm gonna create this organic ramen. I did find an organic version. Ramen. Go ahead and drop that in here. Another thing that I was brought up to my attention this morning when I was, like I said, I had a lot of things I wanted to discuss and talk about. AI is getting crazy. I mean, a lot of us know it. But this morning, I saw a YouTube video of a content creator that showed different videos. She said that those people were not real, that they were AI generated people through, like, I think Google has an AI app that creates videos, and these people look real. They look like real people with filters on. And I was like, this is crazy. And then also I've been seeing like ads for AI like boyfriends or partners. The ads are just crazy. And big thing again is on connection for me. And the whole world of AI and social media is making connections so much harder because we can't trust what we see. It's becoming less like, if we thought catfishing was bad before, like it is going to be 10 times worse next year when all these companies perfect the imperfections and all these other things that they have that you can tell that it's AI. But you would really have to know what you're looking for to be able to tell whether it's AI or just someone using a filter. So yeah, it's getting a little crazy out there. Like how bad is it out there for human connection that you would want to talk to someone, an AI person that you know is not real, to make you feel better? Like really, we just need to work on ourselves and finding ways, providing ourselves the happiness that we want instead of looking to an AI partner to make us feel good. I'm not judging, but it's just getting a little crazy, I think. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether you would actually use the app. Are you able to tell? Like there's so many contents, not like now that they use actual people. Before, the AI generated, because it was not as advanced, people are getting just new, you can tell like the generated images because the people in it would look wonky, like their body parts would be separated, or it looks too, they create all these scenes that just look too unrealistic. But now they're creating with the video of actual human looking AI. Like these videos that she showed, I would have never thought it was AI unless someone told me. They looked real. And all you have to do is take a minute to generate a prompt on, I think she was talking about Google Geo. You use ChatGPT to generate the prompt, tell them what they want to say. It takes a minute, especially once you know what you want. And you pop it in the app, and it pops out this 8-second video of exactly what you want and real looking people. So while the noodle, I don't know how long these noodles are supposed to cook for. I guess I should have looked at the instructions, but or you can just taste it. It is not quite done. So we are going to go ahead and cut up the watermelon. And I'm going to show you, what am I doing? I'm going to put it back in the sauce, in the marinade that it was in after I cut it up, just to get it, again, to re-wet it. Get some juices back into it. And I'll move it over. Let's down again. So when you cut it, you see it glistens like tuna. You know, I thought it needed to be, this one is a little bit salty. I think I might have put a little bit too much soy sauce, but it will balance out with the noodles since I'm not doing anything to season the noodles, but basically toss it with the sauce and the seaweed noodle, which is also already salty. So that should balance it out. We will see. And also because of the pistachio gremolata. But see this? Looks like tuna. We taste the noodles again so they don't overcook. We don't want overcooked noodles. Oh no. Oh yeah. I think this is done. So go ahead, take this off before I continue cutting the watermelon. Take it off the stove. Just pouring it in a colander so that it can stop cooking, so it doesn't overcook. Run it with some cold water so it doesn't stick as well. Move it around so it stops cooking and it's not lumping or sticking together. And I'll leave that drain and continue and finish cutting up these watermelon tuna. Okay, so show you plating. Just gonna put the noodles at the bottom. We have the seaweed salad that I got from a local Asian market. usually, sometimes our Costco has it, and it is so much better because it's a big old bag, or like $10 or something like that. But they don't always have it, which sucks. So I didn't actually look for it this time. I should have. But we're gonna put the noodles there, and we're gonna put some of the seaweed salad, like so. And we're gonna take the pieces of tuna. Some edamame, protein, and the gremolata, which should also balance out the saltiness. And we are done. So that is your, or that is my watermelon tuna noodle salad, and we're gonna taste it and see how that is. A little bit of everything: the gremolata, the edamame, the noodles. It's very balanced. Eating the tuna by itself, the watermelon by itself, I thought it was a little bit salty, but mixed with the noodles and the seaweed salad and the pistachio gremolata were really good. So thank you again for joining me. Please do let me know if you try this and let me know how you like it. And until the next time, don't forget, please comment, like, subscribe, all of that. That will really help me out and help me grow my channel. Thank you once again. See you next time.